Hello and welcome. This is our last mini session of February, so we're going to get right to it because we've got about 10 minutes. And today we're going to focus on the legs and the feet. So our first pose we're going to start with can be intense. So I will show you a couple of variations on it, and during this pose, come out of it if you need to and go back into it because it is an intense stretch for your toes, but it's great for your toes. So you're going to tuck your toes under. You may already be going, oh, not happening. Tuck your toes under, and if you'd like, you can stay more on all fours or more upright like this, forward, excuse me. Or if you feel it's okay, you can come back and lean back and come more upright. And if you're really feeling it and you can do it, you can sit back on your heels, your ankles. I find this is intense already. So breathe here, come out. You can come back up, just keeping your toes tucked. You'll still get that stretch. So find what works best for you. It might be here, might be here. You might be able to be here for a few seconds because it's intense. Breathe. Really let those feet open up. You can also, if you have a block, you could sit up on a block to help alleviate that some, or you can just set up a little bit. Let's breathe in for another couple of breaths, another couple of rounds. Inhales and exhales. I know I'm feeling it too. Remember, you can always come out anytime you need to and go back into it. 2 more nice deep breaths. Inhales and exhales through the nose. Open it up to the back of those feet. 1 more inhale. And exhale, let that go. Release the toes. Wow. But your toes should feel really nice and open right now. From here, we're going to come on to all fours, and we're just going to do a calf stretch. So all fours from there, stretch that right leg back and bring your heel back so that you are opening up that calf, that right calf. Your toes are on the mat. Your heel is going back behind your toe, or past your toes, off the mat. Breathe here. Another inhale. Exhale and release that. Let's do the other side. So stretch that left foot back. Toes are tucked. Stretch that heel back. You really should feel that in your calf. My left calf is tighter than my right. You can really feel that. And you will find that that one side is sometimes tighter than the other in your hips or shoulders or whatever. That's completely normal. Breathe here. And exhale, come back to all fours. Now from here, I'm just going to step that right foot forward into a low crescent lunge. So we're going to stretch that left foot back. Your left knee is on the ground and come all the way up for a moment. Breathe here. And then we're going to exhale and come back into a runner's stretch. And you can stay more upright if you'd like for, this will help you with balance too, or you can bring the fingertips down to the ground. Inhale and slide forward into that low crescent, really dropping that left hip down and looking up. Exhale back into that runner's stretch. Inhale, come forward into that low crescent again, dropping that left hip, looking up. Exhale back into your runner's stretch. Shifting the hips back. Inhale, and this time we're going to stay for the exhale in our low lunge, looking up. Breathe in again, and exhale. Inhale, and now we're going to stretch back into our runner's stretch and stay there for the exhale. Try not to lock your right knee. Hips are square. Breathe here. And exhale, come back to all fours. Nice. Now let's step that left foot forward. Do the same thing. We'll do the dynamic movements, and then we'll do a static stretch. So come all the way up. Your left leg is forward. Right knee is on the ground. Breathe in. And now exhale, stretch back. Shifting your hips back. Folding over that left leg into a runner's stretch. Inhale, shift forward. Drop that right hip and look up. Exhale, shift back into your runner's stretch. Inhale, shift forward into low lunge. And exhale, back into your runner's stretch. Remember not to lock that left knee. Shift forward into low lunge again, and now this one will hold. Breathing here. In through the nose, out through the nose. One more breath, inhale. And now on the exhale, shift back to your runner's lunge, stretch, and stay here. Folding over that left leg as much as you'd like or as little as you'd like, so you can stay more upright. Breathing here. One more inhale. And on the exhale, come back to all fours. And from here, we're going to go ahead and lie down flat onto our stomachs. Bring your forearm out in front of you. It can be either parallel to the front edge of your mat, or it could be at a 45-degree angle, whatever feels best. Reach back with your left hand and grab a hold of your left leg. If you're unable to grab that, you could just bend that leg in. You may find that's enough of a quad stretch. And if it is, you could even just stay here without bringing the arm back at all. If you have that space and you're able to, then go ahead and grab back. But instead of twisting to the side, to the left, we're going to turn back and face the front of the mat. So bring that left leg in as much as feels comfortable for you. This might be intense on the knee or the quad, especially if you have really tight quads. So don't push it, and you certainly don't want knee pain. You may feel some sensation, but no knee pain. If you have knee pain, back out of it. Come all the way out if you need to. So breathe here for a few moments. Inhales and exhales. Release that, and now we'll do the other side. So bring your left arm out in front of you. Reach back, either just bending the knee, and you can stay there. If that's enough of a quad stretch for you, then stay there. Or you can bring that right arm around, grab a hold of that right foot, and turn your body, your face and your chest to face the front of the room, and really bend that leg in as much as you need to really get that nice quad stretch. I have tight quads, and I can really feel it, but it feels great, actually. There's no pain there. I feel sensation, and it's a good sensation. So listen to what your body is telling you. If you have pain, back out of the pose. That is the number one rule of yoga. If you have pain, get out of the pose. This is not a no pain, no gain kind of thing. Absolutely no pain, especially in these. Breathe here. And exhale and release that. Come on up to all fours, and now we're going to sit into a nice wide-legged seated position. So bring both your legs out to the sides, and you can decide, what wide is for you. It might be here. So you pick what works for you. This works really well for me, but I've also been doing yoga for a long time, and I had a session this morning. So there's my kitty cat joining us. Sit up nice and tall. And if you really find that sitting up tall is really hard, that's enough for you, then just you stay here working on that, putting your hands down to the sides and really sitting up tall in your sitting bones. Otherwise, if it feels okay to go ahead and hinge forward at the hips, not the spine. So we're not doing this. We're hinging forward. Any amount. So you can bring your hands out in front of you. If your elbows feel fine to come down to the ground, you can do that. Not quite there today. Whatever feels good for you here. Breathe here. Inhales and exhales. Inhale, come all the way back up. Bring the soles of your feet together for a nice bound angle pose. Again, you can stay upright with your hands down to your sides, or you can tip forward any amount, hinging at your hips. Come forward any amount. Breathing here. Another inhale. Exhale through the mouth or nose. Inhale, come all the way back up. And now we're going to finish off with something that you may have never done before, and it really helps to space out your toes a bit. So take I've got my left foot and my right hand, and you're just going to interlace, putting your fingers in between all those toes. And this may feel intense for some of you because you've probably never done something like this, but do your best to wedge your fingers in there. So I have a finger in between each of my toes. And just simply give it a nice little rock back and forth with your toes. This is really going to help open up the toes a bit more, kind of like how we started the class. Breathing here. Just going to do this for a couple more seconds here, and we'll switch to the other side. And then release that. Take your fingers out. And I can already feel a lot more spaciousness in my toes. If you've got your feet crammed in the shoes all day, that really helps to open those up a lot. Do the same thing on this side. So a finger in between each toe. I'm using my left hand to work on my right foot. And you may not be able to go down too far. You may just be at the top, and that's fine. And same thing, just rock that foot, your toe area, flexing the foot, the toes, breathing here. And release that. And there you go. That's this week's little mini session. And I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Feel free to put this one on repeat. Do it as many times as you want. Or stay in one of those poses that you really liked. Have a great day. Namaste.